Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 9th of April. So looking at the euro dollar to start off with, as ever, and yesterday saw a pretty solid up day there. It's one of the biggest days I had for a while actually in terms of range. Where to today? More continuation? Well, possibly. I really would like to sell something into this, maybe back into the daily 50 or something like that. It may come earlier. I'm sort of looking at the price action at the moment, that it's not really setting me up a signal to be selling at the moment. Maybe if it starts breaking through the lows of the Asian session there at 12.55, it may sort of give us a lower high. But then it could just bounce off the daily pivot. It's a bit of an iffy old pattern that we're seeing here. What drove it yesterday? Not overly clear on what's done that, but it may be the very fact that the UK government put a law in there, they can't have a no-deal Brexit. Well, I'm not too sure that's a reality, but anyway. Whatever the situation, for at the moment the euro is attempting to put higher lows in and is pitching towards the higher side. What for this morning? If it doesn't sell off here, well, obvious target there is that monthly pivot, which is above, untouched so far. Would be a good target to the upside, and maybe sorry, just coming back here, then maybe to the daily R1. So there's the possibility. My overall thought, what could happen here? It could just end up in a chop, and it's a real risky pairing to be playing with, as many of these pairs are at the moment. But we do have the tomorrow we've got the central bank meeting, ECB meeting, so maybe it's a bit of joy beforehand. We'll see. The pound. Well, it appears it's a little bit baby bullish harami there. Looks like it wants to push maybe back to the upside here. At the moment it's finding a bit of support, and of the pairings I prefer this to the upside than the euro. It failed to really sell off or do anything yesterday, though. It was started selling off as from the weekly pivot there, and it looks quite good from that point of view, but bounced, and it's now made new highs. So it's high lows, high highs through this point at the moment, and erring maybe back to sort of the bullish side. I really don't like this price action, and the smaller time frame, it's really quite bitty. Where to this morning? Well, it still has, as on my system here, an untouched daily pivot. It may just have clipped it on the way through there. It's probably quite close enough, but where to today? Well, the pivots are so pinched with a tight range yesterday, maybe we'll see it run up towards its R3, in which case for that monthly pivot there may be enough confluence there and the prior high to look to sell into that. But for now, as I say, it's erring on the more bullish side there. Dollar yen. That too is the yen is strengthening against the US dollar as it rolls over here. It's tried its best to push on through. For the moment, no, it's put a lower high in. It's now tested or air kissed the 4 hourly 50 there, which is, it's all quite bullish on this time frame, and I'm sort of still quite bullish on the dollar yen, but it already hit the daily pivot. It's potential it may roll over to its S1 if we see any resistance coming into play. That would be a target to the downside, but for now you can see how choppy it was yesterday. It continued in its the downward trend for a while, but bounced, and well, bitty as anything at the moment, so not clear. Aussie dollar, we've got something that's almost clear. Well, it's broken its prior highs there. It's probably not a great shock. I mean, it's just been in such a tight range, and I mean, it's run into its daily 50. Maybe it's got enough to push it back towards that 200, but we'll see. We needed something to happen here, but you can see from this 4 hourly picture over the last few weeks, it's just been really large amount of the time running in a sideward direction, with the occasional bit of news coming out, bad news, good news, and well, not given us the greatest of the greatest confidence in this. It's probably just taken a bundle of stops out that was sitting above the highs here, as traders were probably trying to push it back south again. But for now, it's erring on the upper side. Canadian dollar consolidated, really. It's in this sort of pattern. It's still in the range. It may be a bit of strength coming through. Bullish pivot, or bearish pivot swing for the US dollar, I should say. Bullish for the Canadian dollar as it's running south here. Where to? Well, maybe we get some continuation in this move. Just looking through the price action overnight there on the hourlies, and it's just consolidated and dropped off there. So all overall, well, heading maybe down towards its S1. There is a bit of divergence as we're looking at it at the moment on even this time frame without a lot of support. So as I say, may just carry on rolling over. I'm not totally convinced either way at the moment. We're seeing a bit of dollar weakness, as you probably notice, across many of these currencies. How long that will last for, well, we'll see. We've got, as I say, the ECB meeting tomorrow. I'm sure they can't suddenly all of a sudden pull a rabbit out the hat. So the reality is most of the data that's been coming out from Europe is pretty weak. As I say, little data today. We've got two data today. We've got two speakers, and that's it. So I wish you a great day, and I'll speak to you in the morning. Bye for now.